This episode of Birds and Bats is brought to you by...
Through Saturday, if you go to Hefner's, shop Missouri's largest selection of furniture and appliances. And if St. Louis wins the 2015 World Championships, Hefner's will refund your purchase price. Now through Saturday at Hefner's, Poplar Bluff and Farmington.
Hey, the time to ask is like before we get too far in it, right?
Oh my gosh.
All right, whatever you're ready.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Birds and Bats. My name is MacKenzie.
My name is Steph. I changed my name in honor of Steph Curry. I like that way. He spells it the same way, and he goes by Steph, so...
So this is Birds and Bats with FoxRadioNetwork.com. We have quite the thing to talk about, I feel like, this week. And
what's that?
It's quite the buzz, unfortunately. But it's pretty much Spygate all over again, but with the Cardinals. For those of you who aren't, fully into what's going on with the Cardinals right now, unfortunately, something terrible has happened and something in the organization has kind of faltered a little bit. And there was a hack breach on the Astros team, and it's been sourced back to the Cardinals clubhouse. So, yes. Certain data had been leaked, what was it? The playlist, basically, who they're scouting.
Yeah, scouting reports.
Which...
trade info, stuff like that.
Which is, not necessarily... not necessarily like surface stuff, but that's the kind of stuff that is a foundation for a clubhouse. Yeah. So it's a
nevertheless, it's totally illegal.
Incredibly illegal. Not even a little bit. This isn't like shame. This is like the FBI is knocking down our door. Like, what the crap are you guys doing? We're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But this is a federal offense, which is why the FBI actually is a part of this. If you were at, Family Video and you hacked into Redbox, I don't freaking know, like something comparable, that's illegal. You can't do that. You can't just hack into other people's databases because you're a hacker, you jerk. We don't even know who this is.
No, but we're trying to figure out. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Me and MacKenzie and Nico, we've got our magnifying glasses and the mystery machine. We've been going out. We're going to figure out who's at the bottom of this.
The Death Frisbee hat. We got that going too. Called a deer stopper. It was a Sherlock reference. Anyway. Speaking as a fan, I'm a little disappointed. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm more like offended at the same time because, you don't want to hear that about your team.
Right.
You don't want you don't want to get on the internet one day and see that your team is being hardcore bashed. And on top of that, our team is incredibly bashable considering we're like the best.
Yeah,
and everybody hates us.
Yeah, if you're a baseball fan and not a Cardinals fan, this is like seriously the best news you've ever heard in your life, because it's finally you got dirt on the Cardinals, something to go against the Cardinals.
We're such a squeaky clean team that any speck of dirt is pretty immense. So the day that it all came out this last Tuesday, or at least whenever media picked up on it was this last Tuesday, and I have friends that are Chicago Cubs fans and, anybody other than the Cardinal fans. And because, I want to be more Christ-like and be with those who are less fortunate than us.
I still haven't heard any, fans of other teams saying anything to me yet. I'm just...
I've seen it all over the place. My family is under attack.
Fans that I know, but...
My family is under attack. My brother is also a huge Cardinals fan, and we have our friends that are Cubs fans, and they're like, I'm never blah, 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 your Cardinals suck, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling one of our friends, Kenrick, I was like, everybody that isn't a Cardinals fan is lining up with their tomato right now. Like, they want to throw a tomato or some rotten lettuce at the Cardinals fans that are in the stockades right now because of what's going on.
Well, here's kind of my take on it. I agree with you. It's really disappointing, and, no one wants to see something like this happen to, your favorite team and everything. But, I'm not trying to downplay it, but, I know from what we've heard, it sounds like it was just someone who works in the front office, not a upper, high up person, just some random person that got into the hold of the Astros, system and kind of did this on their own time, or at least hopefully that's what it was. Hopefully no one else was involved. But
well, the investigation, that was a weird way to say it. The investigation is still being investigated, and I mean, they have come back with a report. I read this yesterday. I mean, you know, anything can change. Anyway. So I read a report yesterday saying that, you know, Mozeliak and DeWitt had nothing to do with this. They didn't even know about it. I mean, they knew about the investigation happening, but they were like, what? And that makes sense, because think about it. So whenever this first came out, all I could think of was like, how can I spin this to be kind of funny? Because that's how my brain works. And all I could think about was like some dude at like the front desk that, you know, I mean, not saying that he's little, but the little person at, you know, the pawn at his desk, like going through the internet or whatever. And then something just pops up. And then he's like, oh, crap, like trying to get out of it. And then he goes to his supervisor, and his supervisor's like, let's just not talk about this ever again. And then, like, you know, months go on, and then all of a sudden we have data on our computer.
And then Mozeliak's like, you did what?
Exactly. But the point is that it doesn't get there until like a few months afterwards. So it makes sense that they're just like, we have no idea what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I feel like we're getting unwarranted hate.
Yeah,
specifically
definitely.
Towards the team.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this had nothing to do with the players, the coaches, or anything. I seriously doubt, like, Holiday, Molina, and Wong were all got together, like, hey, guys, I found out the password to the Astros system. It's password 123.
Come over, we're ordering pizza. Like, I highly doubt that happened either. Well, I mean, Matheny didn't even know until they pulled him out of the weight room a couple days ago, and they were like, hey, just give me a heads up.
I mean, the thing is, like, to other fans, you know, even though, you know, it had nothing to do with, like, the players, or it doesn't really, in my opinion, take away from any of our success.
No.
I mean, that doesn't matter. And you can't really expect them to understand it, because it's baseball. It's sports. That's what it's all about, is, like, hating other teams and talking crap about other teams. So, you know, we just got to roll with it, own up to it, and just, you know, not waste your time trying to defend it to people who, you know, already have their minds made up.
I was watching the interview that they did with Matheny, like whenever he found out, and you know, naturally the press wants to know absolutely everything. They're like, oh, how does the team feel about this? And I feel like he had a really good response. I'm going to read that real quick. But he said, what really can any of us do when you know that it doesn't have anything to do with one person in that clubhouse? And it doesn't. That being said, we just go about our business. We understand that there's a story. We understand that this is the most visible group representing this organization, which I think is the best part about this. So things are going to fall downhill onto them. They've got all the reason in the world to keep doing what they've been doing and not change a thing. That's what Matheny said. I think that is the best thing that he could possibly say, because the team is the most visible part of this clubhouse. You don't even hear about the back end of it until you watch the movie Moneyball. Like that's the first like glimpse anybody's really ever gotten into the back end of, you know, how it works. And that's where it all happened. I mean, even then it was at the tail end of where it happened. Yeah. So the Cards have absolutely nothing to do with this. And I love that this is like telephone almost, because at the very beginning of this, the first report I read was like, the suspects are Molina and like all these other people. I'm like, really? Like the whole like, hey, come over, I found this password, we're gonna go into the Astros. Like, that's idiotic. Why would our team do it? That's so stupid. Yeah. So stupid. I feel like I'm talking a lot.
Well, I mean, like, I completely agree with what Matheny said. That's, you know, Matheny just has like a way of, you know, leading the team through so many like ups and downs. This has been a crazy season, if you think about it. So, I mean, I've always said anyone who has a problem with Mike Matheny has a problem with me. And I still hold on to that, because he's handling this perfectly, and he's trying not to make this any more of a distraction than, you know, what it tends to be.
I completely agree. That's a really good way to put it, the making it a distraction, because, you know, you don't want the guys distracted. We're doing really, really good right now, and there's no point. They're not involved in it at all. The only thing that they're involved in is the word on their shirts, the Cardinal logo.
And it's crazy. You would never, ever, ever, ever dream that anyone in baseball would cheat or do anything dishonest.
Because that's totally
devious.
New to the world of sports.
Man, like, there's never been any cheating in baseball. No
ever.
Performance enhancing, no corked bats, no gambling on, that's not really cheating, but still, throwing games away,
backyard
for money,
gambling,
like,
all that fun stuff. Well, they used to like steal people from teams specifically so that they couldn't play in the World Series back in the 20s. Like, that's just
wow.
like, that was the beginning of a beautiful relationship of cheating within a sport. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, this is a sad day to be a Cardinal, but and only because of some ding-a-ling that decided to, get on the internet and do his thing.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, jerk.
Ding-a-ling. Well, and it could have been a girl. I don't know this, but
yeah, that's true.
Sorry, that was mean.
Could have been you.
It was a little sexist. It was not me. I'm good with technology, but I'm not that good. All right. Well, anyway, so on top of the Cardinals idea, Hefner's Furniture out here in Poplar Bluff today.
And Farmington, Missouri.
And Farmington, Missouri. Sorry, I'm not from here. Today, Friday, June 19th, and also tomorrow, Saturday, June 20th, they have a promo going, which I think is really cool, that if you're looking to buy furniture, you should do it there either today or tomorrow, because if the Cardinals win the World Series, you get a full refund on said furniture. Granted, I mean, there's, a price limit that you have to, hit in order for that to work out, but give it a shot. I mean, I would go in and check it out, because we're actually looking for furniture. So we should actually probably be checking that out. So, but I thought that would be really cool. Give that a shot. Definitely. Either today or tomorrow.
Buy a bed.
Or a bed. You could buy a bed. Or, couch. Some chairs.
Okay. Furniture, right?
Yeah, furniture.
Yeah.
Hefner's Furniture.
Hack into some furniture.
No. We don't want to core it. Have a great week.
Yeah, thanks. Check us out at foxradionetwork.com/birds and bats, or on Twitter at Fox Radio Network, #birds and bats.
See you next week.
See ya.
Good job, everybody.